Welcome back, everybody, to Principles of Customer Relationship Management. This is Chapter 1, Video 2. In this video, we're going to cover what is CRM, a review of definitions. Let's take a look at the slide. We're going to show you a quick video on Coca-Cola's perspective on CRM, enhancing CRM with data. What does that mean? Benefits of analytical CRM, the stakeholders involved in a CRM strategy, and industry challenges with CRM. So this is all in your book. And again, we're using the Buttle and Macklin Customer Relationship Management Concepts and Technologies. So let's go here. Okay. So the core definition of CRM, it is a core business strategy that integrates internal processes and functions and external networks to create and deliver value to targeted customers at a profit. A very key sentence here. This is not just about servicing customers or understanding customers, but it's about finding and delighting profitable customers. It's grounded on high-quality customer-related data and enabled by information technology. So again, this is about enabling a philosophy, a culture of customer relationships, how our company interfaces with our customers. So let's take a quick look at what Coca-Cola thinks about customer relationship management.
Every customer is the most important customer. Think about our business. We sell 1.9 billion drinks a day. Good companies have to be on the front foot. They have to understand the expectations of the modern customer, the speed they want, the data and intelligence that they want to see, the help they want with their business to grow. That means full integration with our customers. That's how we win. That's our magic.
Today, we live in fascinating times. Technology is driving immense change. And I think it's exciting that we embrace that, making certain that our customers always have good experiences.
If you think about our sales department and service departments, if you want to use old terminology, they were kind of different departments working sort of in silos. There was communication, but it wasn't fully integrated. And that was a big gap for us.
I was personally amazed when I got exposed to Service Cloud and Salesforce.
It's allowing us to have a more expansive conversation, real time with the customer.
Previously, our call center agents were just taking calls that were around issues of things that weren't working well. Today, they've been trained no different than a sales associate. They have significant information in front of them that now even allows them to create sales. So we've really brought team-based selling to life.
I can take an order, I can take a case, I can take everything. As an agent, I can handle you, Mr. Customer, your request in one-stop shop.
All the information they need is right there at their fingertips. A total 360-degree view of our customer.
So we are seeing this increase in our agent passion.
When we are able to move at a faster rate of speed, we win and our customers win. When we're able to place new equipment, we're able to quickly drive sales. It's good for the customer, it's good for us.
Something as simple as delivering a cooler. That fragmented process sometimes took months in the past. Today, with Salesforce for Service and Field Service Lightning, we get that work done in less than 72 hours.
Once it's placed, they can check immediately on the box, let the whole team know that it's there.
With the Internet of Things, we're making these devices smart and intelligent to send us data.
So our customers can then receive SMS messages around products been ordered, products on its way. It can be merchandised correctly, and we're up in business so much faster than before.
It's always about connecting with the customer. And one of the things that we know is important is personalization.
Salesforce and our Customer One platform enable us to identify the specific needs of individual customers and groups of customers.
This technology allows us to know that their business is going to spike. We give them that information and ensure that they're in stock when they need to be with the right brands. So it's taken us from a transactional relationship between Coca-Cola and a customer to a true business partnership, and they love that.
And when you really look at where we're at, our digital journey has just started. I think that the fun times are ahead of us, and Salesforce is going to be a big part of it.
So I think what the video was trying to get across is that there's a lot involved in a really comprehensive and effective CRM strategy. So it's really about connecting with your customer, understanding what they need, making sure that your brand is well represented the way that you want your brand represented. And CRM systems help you to do that. So the consistency of putting best practices in place and understanding how your company and your products interact with customers and what they're looking for is a really essential part of customer relationship management. So the changing face of CRM. So CRM is database marketing. It's marketing processes and IT and loyalty. And can it be implemented by any company? Sure, of course. But at the heart of it is really a desire for connection with your customer. And the system, the technology is just facilitating it. So the book talks a lot about the changing faces of CRM, how we've moved through history with different philosophies and capabilities with CRM, from the old-fashioned Rolodex. For those of you that are really young, those are the plastic things that sit on the desk with all the cards in it, and they're used. You put your customer's name and phone number on it, and this is how you keep track of your customers. Obviously, a super antiquated look at how to manage a customer or a set of customers, but we move from basically that manual system into a bespoke system, which is a custom developed system. So before there were on-premise capabilities and cloud, companies had to develop their own system. And so that was done in-house. Data was used from in-house systems, maybe financial data, things like that. Were super expensive systems to develop and maintain, and hardly capable of what today's systems are capable of doing. And then on-premise systems where tools downloaded and they were maintained by an IT staff on premise, in-house, to cloud-based systems like Salesforce.com. So there's been a whole spectrum of capabilities, and you will find as you walk through different companies and such that there are still manual systems in place, and there's many custom-made systems that are still running, lots of on-premise, but a lot of companies are moving to software as a service, cloud-based systems where the system is automatically updated, so mobility is built in. You've got CRM capabilities in a ubiquitous fashion, which is what you saw in the video, right? We saw iPads and things where people are touching and looking at data in real time, analytics and reports, and the ability to share that data with your customer. So where companies can really add value is by helping their customers deal with their own customers. So you heard in the video that there was a way for them to understand when products are purchased and helping the customer to make sure that they have enough product available for these changing times. So in Coca-Cola's perspective, maybe there are times when there are big games and things like that where lots of people have parties, and the local market and things like that run out of pop and things. So the ability to anticipate that is a huge value for the customers that they're servicing. So that's a great value. Let's see. So internal sources of data, so sales data, purchase history, financial data, marketing data, and service data, all of these combine into an effective CRM system. So I'm sure you can, put the pieces together. Financial data, do these people pay on time or not? That's part of profitability. Marketing data, what is the best way to reach them? Do they respond to email campaigns? Do we need to go through social? Do we need someone calling on them? Things like that. And service data, which is really important, having a history of what's gone wrong with your product at that customer so that you can be sympathetic and understand where the customers are coming from. External sources of data, these are newer sources that are available to CRM systems, predominantly like, on-premise, certainly have the ability to scrub data. Cloud-based systems, of course, are more, the ability to get external sources is more built in, more capabilities there. So geodemographic and lifestyle data from business intelligence organizations. So how wealthy or what types of purchases do these people have? Again, financial data is available with respect to, are they current on their bills, things like this. This is, of course, for, individuals. When you're looking at companies, that's a little bit different. But then big data will include things like social media sites and things like that. So individual people within companies can have their own profile where you get a perspective on the person that you're calling on. If this is like a large account and this is an individual that you've got to call on within that large account, social media data helps you to understand more about this person so that you can develop a connection, establish rapport, and have a better experience. Beneficiaries of analytical CRM. So at the customer level, analytical CRM can deliver timely, customized solutions to the customer's problems, thereby enhancing customer satisfaction. So this is the place where we get a little bit of varied opinions, right? So this is where the privacy thing comes in. You go searching on the web for shoes or, vacuum cleaners or something, and all of a sudden stuff starts popping up in your social media. So in a way, this is supposed to be helpful, right? So companies that have a product to offer and you're looking for that product, they're trying to give you information on how to get access to that product through their company. A lot of people don't feel comfortable with that, and privacy is always an issue when you're talking about enhancing CRM with outside data. But that's the whole idea, to make the customer's experience more effective based on their particular needs. At a company level, analytical CRM offers the prospect of more powerful cross-selling and upselling. So this is all about, the next best option. So when you go out to, say, Nordstrom.com and you pick out a blazer, and Nordstrom gives you access to a blouse that goes with it, or shoes or boots or pants or something like that, a more effective way to upsell and cross-sell. Again, in other types of businesses, right? Vehicles, what else can you put on this vehicle? Covers for the vehicle, different enhancements for the vehicle, especially with vehicles today where things are software downloaded, right? I drive a Tesla, and there's a lot of stuff you can just do just by downloading stuff in the app, saying, I want this feature and that feature, or turn this one off or turn that one on. So there's a lot of ways to cross-sell and upsell based on data that's available from your customer. And so to give you some ideas regarding customer retention, I worked with an automotive finance company years ago, and they were using a CRM system, Salesforce actually. And at one point, there was a manager within the company that was losing business rather. So he was in charge of what's called a wholesale business. Then that means that the finance company lends money to automotive dealers to put the vehicles on their lot, in their showroom, things like that. It's a really profitable business. And what the manager noticed was that the business was going away, and he didn't know why. And he went to his IT organization to see if they could build him something. And they said, yeah, sure, we can build something. It's going to cost, X amount of dollars, very expensive. And it's going to take over a year to implement. Well, this was unacceptable, right? He's losing business, day after day. So what he did was he went to the CRM Salesforce administrator, and she built a little, it's called an object, that they plunked into the dealer profile. And the next day, the next week, the sales reps were asked to ask a couple questions. Has anybody been here to try to win over the wholesale business? And if so, who? Because Salesforce is a real-time system, within days and weeks, the manager was able to see that one of his biggest competitors had strategically targeted their company to take over their business. And he was able to put a solution in place and mitigate the issue. So without real-time data, without a system that could be quickly configured with simple objects that a sales rep in the field could simply ask a couple questions, and all of a sudden you're getting all this data. That's real value when it comes to retaining customers. How can you figure out what's going on quickly and mitigate it so that you're not losing money? So that's like that's a really good example of how analytical CRM, which is the back end reporting and things like that, can help companies. Social CRM, we're going to talk a little bit more about this later, but it's really about understanding how you can use social technology to enhance data in order to use that data to upsell and cross-sell. So social CRM technologies essentially enable users to exploit social network data for customer management purposes. So again, we go back to the example of looking at something on the web and suddenly stuff starts popping up in your social. When you click on stuff in your social, it sends triggers to the company to say, okay, this was appealing to this person, so put more of this, in place. So social allows you to really get a perspective at a fairly inexpensive way. When you're just popping up ads on Facebook and Instagram and things like that, sure, there's definitely a cost involved, but it's a lot less than people going door to door and cold calling and things like that. So it's a way to leverage social media and social interactions to further advance the pursuit of product sales. So CRM constituencies, who's involved in putting together an effective CRM system? Certainly the companies that are implementing CRM, stakeholders like suppliers and even government organizations that can provide data that can help you to better service your customers, especially when you're talking about suppliers. Being able to forward data into the supply chain or give access to the CRM system to suppliers that are intimately involved in getting a product delivered to a customer is a really effective way of leveraging the data within CRM. Certainly the customers who are hopefully benefiting by enhanced data and better targeting from customers, vendors of CRM systems and CRM cloud solutions providers, which is just a subset of that. There's a lot of ways to deliver CRM. I happen to believe that cloud and SaaS are really, really effective ways because of that ubiquitous mobility, because of the constant updates. So as security and things are updated, your system's automatically updated. Social media players, so the enhancement of data from social media into social media platforms like Facebook and Instagram and Twitter are very effective ways of customizing the customer's viewpoint on how they're looking at your product. And then management consultants. So a lot of times a CRM system has, especially for a large company, there's a lot of things that go into implementing a CRM system, and management consultants are really helpful in getting systems off the ground because they've got a lot of best practices and a lot of experience that companies can benefit from. CRM challenges across businesses. This is our last slide for this video on banking. We're going to go into the other challenges in the next video. Managing customer defection, huge part of banks, especially today. It's very easy to go from bank to bank, and understanding why customers are moving to different banks is going to be important in customizing your offerings to keep your customers. Cross-selling and upselling. So if you're a checking account customer, but you've got a large balance, getting your investment group together to help provide more value to that customer keeps them with you versus defecting to another bank. An increasing share of customer wallet. Lots of people, especially when you're talking about people with lots of money, might have multiple accounts, and the more money you can get at your bank, the better. So understanding what customers are doing, perhaps understanding more about their wealth profile. If they're giving you a little bit of money and you see from their social media interactions that they're traveling the world and buying big boats, you've got a small part of their wallet. So understanding the whole picture about your customers helps you to drive more business to your bottom line. So that is it for this video, and we'll be back with video 3.